a great power in being able to make choices in our life. We are the result of our choices we make every day. So one decision can change your life, my life. Decisions are very important. Decisions are very critical in our lives. Whether do we want to follow the Christ or do we want to pursue the world is very critical in our life. So this is what the statement I would like to definitely bring to you all from the resurrected Jesus Christ Ministries. Now, Book of Acts, chapter 17, verse 11 to 12. Book of Acts, chapter 17, verse 11 to 12. These were more noble than those in Thessalonica, in that they received the word which with all readiness of mind and searched the scriptures daily, whether those things were so. Therefore, many of them believed, also of honorable women, which were Greeks, and of men, not a few. Now, what is Bible telling in Book of Acts about these things? Now, we are listening to the Bible, we are listening to the scriptures, we are listening to the testimonies, we are listening to the words, we are listening to the wonderful orations from many pastors or deacons or preachers or many other people. And are we really trying to analyze what is being said? That is very critical. Are we really trying to analyze what is being said? Are we like those children who are readily trying to search out the scriptures and to check what Apostle Paul has said? Is that true or not? That is a critical thing. So we have to check what was said to us, whether it is true or not just blindly listen to every preacher, because in the world there are many preachers, and out of which 80% of the doctrines are going wrongfully. All the doctrines that has come from is from the Pharisees and the Sadducees, and they believe one thing and the Sadducees do not believe something, and the resurrection, the Pharisees believe the non-resurrection, there is no life after the Sadducees believe. And also there's a long doctrine going around the world that after death we'll be waiting for a while and there is no hell and all those things. I have been associated with the Seventh-day Adventist people. I have been into the Mormon church in the Sydney. I have been to the synagogue church here in the Bondi Beach. Also, God has enabled me to go to the heart of the hearts in the Ohio state in America to see what the Mormons' main father's church is as a Scientological church as well. By looking at all these doctrines, I have come to a conclusion that 80% of the thing that Christians are believing is going in a wrong way. So please, may I encourage, focus on Book of Acts, chapter 17, verse 11 and 12, to search out the scriptures and analyze. And I trust and believe that the group that is here is doing that already. And why I'm repeating this is so that you can say this to the other people as well who are just listening like goats, not like the sheep. Now, what is happening on one side of the coin in the world? As you see, the CNN Plus, which has started the global network system, has been folded after 28 days. The Netflix, which has been so much rampaging our brains, our time, our seasons, our television watching, is laying off the writers. Now the Disney, which is one which was very good in the past, both I'm sure Regan also has been for Disneyland in the America. I have visited once there. So the Disney was initiated in a good way, but what happened is the woke culture has come into the system. And that's how the Disney has to end up paying millions and millions of dollars as a property tax because they have not been paying. Now there's another thing called Spotify. Spotify did not renew the Obama's podcast. No, you know what is Obama? He's a very good orator. Like Winston Churchill, he's a very good orator. He can take the masses and go with it. You know, that's very dangerous. The worldly oration is very dangerous. Now, also, if you see this image, the Disney has lost $50 billion in value since war with Florida has begun. So, what is this? Is the Florida chief minister or the senator? Who is the head of the Florida, is a Republican, and he is against this indoctrination of the children. That's why he started saying no to the Disneyland. And that's how Disney has started making war with them, and that's how they have been losing the money. The Netflix has lost 200 subscriptions in the last quarterly first year of 2022, meaning the Netflix is also, people are getting fed up with this thing. Because they just like addiction. Some of Regan knows about this, one of the family that we know from Burma. Addiction to the television, watching 3 movies every single day and taking the money from the wins on a dole and doing nothing. So addiction for the Netflix. Now the rise and the fall of Mark Zuckerberg, who is also the founder of this Facebook, and now he has lost $29 billion in one day. Here is the thing. I would like to emphasize a bit more on this very critical point here. What is happening? Why I am saying all these things? From 2020 January 1st, 2022 January 1st, the people who are trying to destroy the Christianity are the people who are getting affected now financially. Those who are trying to destroy us financially got affected financially. Now, can I emphasize a bit more? In this Facebook, what it is a two-dimensional thing, meaning the images will come in a flat screen, meaning there have been addiction for this. And now, something like Elon Musk do not have even the Facebook account till now. Many of the children do not have the Facebook at all. But what is the plan that they have? That is very critical. I would like to definitely address the one which we see the symbol here. You see that loop here. There is a reason behind the symbols. Now, what is that? It's like number 8, but it is in the sleeping position, meaning it is like a loop, meaning it is something which we once go inside, we cannot come out of it. That is the loop. Now, what is Meta? Meta is the parent company of the Zuckerberg. And what Zuckerberg has said is he has done the philanthropy and he has taken money out of his own accounts and given it into the another account. The owner of the other account, other company is also him only. So he's circulating money within him only. And that's how he became so famous in the world of this social media addiction. And now he has lost the money. At what time? When he is trying to stop the Facebook and start promoting the Meta. What is Meta? Meta meaning something which we see in the two-dimensional world in the flat screen is transformed into three-dimensional world, meaning the virtual reality, meaning something which is around us, meaning which we definitely feel that the person whom we are talking is in a digital world is visible to us through the digital simulation. That is called as Meta. Let me make it a bit more clear. How many of you seen the movie called Matrix, which I have seen when I was young? I went to theater twice to see in my engineering college and intermediate time. Okay, the real world is us, you and me talking, but the virtual world is the one which is more real. In the virtual world is the spirit world, and 80% of the virtual world no one has understood yet. And in this virtual world, there are demons. And in this virtual world, there is holy presence as well. So what he is trying to do is replicate that virtual world into the technical world or digital world. So in this digital world, he is trying to bring the virtual reality through the digitization of our thoughts, of our photos, of our words, of our imaginations. What is Facebook doing is taking all our actions every single 24 hours and trying to create a profile about us and trying to put it to the AI, artificial intelligence, and thus far is speculating how we think about the things which are around us. Thus, what is happening is the Facebook is trying to control us. So let me move forward. So all these things are happening to the people of this world. Now, what happened in 2022? The financial issues started from left, for the left or for the worldly people or I attitude people, meaning I attitude people means I know everything. I am the king of this world. I understand what I understand. This body is mine. No one is under me. No one is above me. I am what I am. So this kind of attitude people are very arrogant, very proud as well. So for them, the financial problem has happened. But what is happening to us? This is what I would like to address now. The food, the education, the judicial system. These are the 3 areas. I would like to write it down on a piece of paper, please. What is happening to us? The food, the education, and the judicial system. How is the food is getting affected now? The food on the earth, here it is a observation that I have found out, that lots of food processing plants have been catching fire around the country. What's going on? This is what someone was asking. How come the food processing plants got fire in America? And also, fertilizer plants as well. It's all part of the food shortage plan. So people are aware who are worldly. I'm not talking about the Christians. The people who are in the world are aware of what is happening in the world. This is what in the Twitter, The people, they may be worldly or they may be spiritual, I do not know, but the people who are normal people, they are understanding what is happening around us. The food shortage is very critical now. Once in a while, in a day, I will try to listen to the news in India, Telugu Teen Mar news, and periodically I've been seeing this again and again and again for the past 2 years, that the people are trying to the farmers are trying to make the crop and sell the crop and make the rice. And what is happening, I'm sure many of you also have seen what is happening all over India. The food that the people are trying to produce is getting wasted on the roads, is wasted because of the rains, is wasted because it is not been it's not been processed in time. It is deliberately been done. Why they are doing it? So that we'll have the food crisis, and this is very critical. Now here we see that the McDonald's is available in all these red colors, as you see here. The McDonald's is available in all these colors, the fast food centers. Now why is it? Because they want to transfer us from the natural steak, natural meat, natural chicken and mutton and all those things to the genetically modified plant-based meat. And that is what they're trying to put it in our bodies. And that is how what will happen is our obesity will be high, our dietary system will be going down, our immune system will be going down, and our normal logical analysis thinking will be going down. You know what, if you are not eating for at least 10 days non-stop, on the 11th day what will happen? I mean, if you are malnutrition, our imaginations will be hallucinated. So this is what they're trying to achieve. The food crisis is very high. Be vigilant. And now, very, very, very important point. If you want to write it down, please. Now, what is the second point? The second point is our education system. So the people are trying to destroy the education system. Now, what is happening? How they are doing this education system is through the children. Now, if you all know this thing, there's something called transgender activism, and there's something called LGBTQSYZ, and no one knows what it is. And meaning, it's just the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes. So technically, they are trying to destroy the younger minds who are below 18 years, and which is very, very saddened for me when I've tried to research this specific area. Now, here is one of the Twitter note that I read the founding documents of the queer theory. To understand the agenda of those teaching the transgender ideology to our kids in school. This is what I found, pedophilia. So this is very dangerous, what is happening in the 5 countries. What are those 5 countries? Australia, America, United Kingdoms, New Zealand, and Canada. Do you know something? These are the first 5 Christian, Judeo-Christian value Christian countries who have been founded on the Judeo-Christian values, who have been founded on the book of Torah. And that is how these 5 countries are getting destroyed. How? In these 5 countries, majority, the people are reading these kind of things. You see this here. What kind of books our children have started reading now? When they hit 8 years, 9 years, 10 years, 11 years, up to 17th year, 18th year. Because that is the turning point. That is where the very critical point is. According to this world map, these are the many parts of the African that seems to be among the most fertile places in the planet. Now here, Africa is the very most fertile place, but very infertility is on the other things, the Christian countries. So once upon a time, Christian countries. So indoctrination of education system is on a rampant, meaning it is so high like a locust, have befallen upon the Egypt. So much is happening. You cannot even comprehend what is happening behind the curtain. I'm telling you, my little family, please be very, very vigilant with what is happening with your children. Indoctrination. This is all came from 1960s from the Russian, and then they started indoctrinating the professors and deans and the university heads. And that's how the whole education system has been hijacked by the people from the elite members in 60s and 70s and 80s, and now it has crept into the children from 1990s onwards. And now it has gone from 2000, rampaging the minds of the children. So please be vigilant. This is number 2, which is education is getting destroyed. The food has been destroying. The education is destroying that. Now the third thing is, again, I just want to emphasize a bit more on this education, the gender unicorn. You see these images here. The picture tells 1,000 words. I'm sure many of you understand this, what you are looking at. God has made man human, male and female, and physically deformed. They are called as eunuchs. God has accepted them, and God has said that because of the malnutrition, because of the physical demonic deficiency, some of your body parts might not be growing well. So you are eunuchs, but again, be in the Lord, and God will definitely bless you. That is exactly the final statement God has said in the book of Acts and in many other places. But again, they're trying to destroy the whole minds of the young children now. See, in 1961, when the teacher said your grading system is very bad, the parents used to support the teacher and tell the kid, this is how you have to study, why the marks have come down. But what happened in 2011? The teacher is panicking and the parents are screaming, why did you give us low marks? And look at the child. He's just laughing at the teacher, how bad it is. In the whole world, it is only two countries, as far as I know, Switzerland and Singapore, where the teachers are getting respect. Teachers are getting very high price of salary. But in the every other world, the teachers are so much under pressure. Very, very critical thing. Teachers have no respect. Teachers have no salary. In fact, in Australia, you know that last week there was a protest happening that the teacher salary, teachers protection is required. So it is very dire situation at this moment of time. So what are those third point? Judicial system. Now the judicial system, here it is. The whole Britain has clearly said that we want to exit the European Union, but these three judicial people have said that no, we have to go through the Brexit voting system. Okay. Look at this. Judges are meant to be such a unbiased and also right people. Judges means there is always a respect for the judge. Now, what is happening now? The judges themselves got corrupted. And again, on the left side, you see this image. This judge is saying, how dare that they refuse of power to you? He is talking to the little parrot, meaning CIA in India. But the people behind are even trying to bring the big cage and put it around the judge's head to stop him talking all about this. The judges are getting affected. The judicial system got affected. The common people are not having the voice, and the judges themselves are not clearly saying the rightful judgment. Even on the right side here, what the judicial nominee Nazreen Chowdhury self-destruct under questioning by Senator John Kennedy. So if you follow what is happening at the moment, it is mind-boggling. In the last foundation of America, this is a very important thing. I would like to definitely say one important thing. Since the foundation of America till now, never it happened that the opinion of any judicial system was leaked out. But first time in last week it happened. Roe versus Wade, the people are trying to remove that, because since last many years, since last 100 years to be precise, little over 100 years, and from 1967 onwards, they have tried to say, let us kill the children in the womb. Let us legalize the abortion. Okay, this is what exactly the Supreme Court has ruled out going back 30-40 years ago, and almost 7 million people have been killed in the womb. Abortions have been killed in the womb. This is very, very important thing what has happened, which is very saddening, and the blood is crying from the earth now. We need a judgment. So what did Donald Trump said? He said that once in my second term, I'm going to change this law. Now abortions are illegal. That is what he said he wants to do in his second term. Immediately they said we have to remove him at any cost. So they have removed him at all the cost by hijacking the whole situation. And then what happened now in the last week when the judges have said that let us try to remove that thing, immediately one of the clerk has released those opinions, and now there's a whole fury all over the America about this whole thing. How can you say this? How can you say this? How can you now? In one word, I want to say, up until the 9th month, till the last day, before the day of pregnancy also, still the woman has the choice to kill the baby in the womb. That is exactly the final point I want to say. This is what they are doing, and this is what they want to continue. They want to kill the baby till the 9th month in the womb, only because of the lust of the eyes and the lust of the flesh of the women, and also the men as well. So this is very critical. Now, what happened? The judicial system, the leak has happened, and no one is even talking. It is the first time in the history of the American judicial system that this big thing has happened, that the leak has come out, and no one is talking about it. And again, they want to stop this legalization. To remove this abortion thing. I'm telling too many words. I'm a bit emotional about what has happened in the last few days. So please, my dear children, be vigilant about this whole thing, that the whole judicial system is in a very, very dangerous situation. So going back, food is in a problem, education is in a problem, judicial system is in a problem now. Now, what are they trying to do? They're trying to control the whole human mankind. Now, the whole human mankind, this is how they're trying to control all of us. Now, who is this? It is the World Economic Forum. It is the Bilderberg's group. It is the Skull and the Bone members. It is this Freemason people and all these secret society people. They are trying to destroy all of us. Now, they have these 3 pillars of agenda. What is the 3 pillars? Surveillance. They want to do surveillance on us, and they want to destroy our finances, and they want to do the scoring system. Please write these 3 points as well, the first 3 points and the next 3 points, because as a children of the understanding, we need to know what is happening in the world. So this is number 1, surveillance system, digital intelligence. Because I have very short span of time to talk about these things, I'm not even going in deep. I'm just only touching the surface on the iceberg. So this surveillance system, meaning they're trying to understand every moment. When I left India, there were no cell phones. Reagan has given the pager text, and then I went and called him while I was doing the processing for Australia to come here. So it was a big mistake for me to come to Australia. I should have gone to America. So when I came here, in the last 24 years, how much difference has come now? In the just last short span of 25 years. How much difference has come now? The whole planet Earth people are getting surveillance. Now, what is happening? This surveillance is getting into the digital hardwares, and then what they are doing is they are trying to do the algorithm, and then digital intelligence is getting invented at the moment so that they can surveillance all of us. Now, next is finance. Now, what is finance? By 2030, the World Economic Forum have clearly stated in their website, and also they are open now. They are not keeping this anymore secret. By 2030, they want to remove all the ownership of everyone, all the sovereignty of the house, the food, the decision making into their own hands, and we can only hire. I'm not even, this itself, number 2 is a big thing. I want to talk for 1 hour, but I'm not talking at this moment of time. Just in one statement, I'm saying, we will not have anything our own. Now, this is very critical. Now, the third point is the scoring system. What is the scoring system? So let me quickly show you the digital surveillance, what it is. This is the image there. See here, the best security camera of the body camera Australia, detecting and tracking us. So they are detecting and tracking every single move of us. Now, even in this digital thing, the Elon Musk has bought the Twitter because he said that we can't keep on monitoring, we can't do these algorithms and silence the Christians and the rightful people who wants to live with moral. And then what the education system is doing, one of this school teacher in America, he said, of course, I explained to all my students in all 5 of my classes today why Elon Musk buying of Twitter is the worst thing that could have happened. No individual, or especially wealthy elites, should be given this type of opportunity to buy off social media platform. The anti-capitalist came out today. Hang on, what is he saying? The education system is in collaboration and trying to educate our children to say that one person called Elon Musk cannot have the Twitter. Hang on, Jeff Bezos has Washington Post. Mark Zuckerberg has your WhatsApp, your Instagram, and your Facebook, and he is trying to take all your data and give it to the marketing people, and then algorithmically you will see what they want you to see, what they want to see. And now when Elon Musk, who is the outsider, he's trying to say stop this, now everyone is falling on him. In fact, here, see how much the Facebook has authority now in the world. 2009, it does not have nothing. Not much influence if you see the graph, but by 2012 it is captured the whole India. I'm just focusing on the blue color here. The whole India is inundated by the Facebook. Whole America is inundated by the Facebook. Whole North Africa is there. Whole Australia is there. Whole Europe is there, and also Mongolia is there. China did not allow. Russia did not allow. because they're having their own social media platforms. But look how much the Facebook has captured the whole thing and how they're surveilling all of us. Okay, if they're doing it for good purpose, it's fine. But 99% of this thing is wrong. Only 1% is good, what Facebook is allowing at the moment. For the next few years, allowing the Christianity, allowing this gospel, allowing all this singing of the songs, sharing of this Christianity on the Facebook, they're allowing only 1%, but 99% they're not allowing. And also they're silencing already the conservative movement. And I cannot rely, I do not have any account on this Facebook. Anyway, this is what the wealth also. Okay, the second point is the finances. As I said, the finance. The rich become too rich and the poor become more poorer. The 1% of the rich people have become much richer. Finally, I would like to address the third point. What is this social surveillance or scoring system? See here, by 2030, they don't want you to have money in your account, nothing. All they want to see is how many scores you have. If you're having low score on your digital survey system, like 244, 415, then they will not allow you to do nothing. Okay, it is all on the points-based system. Now, where is it implemented? It's already started implemented in China, which is unfortunate because Chinese, here is a big game that the elites only are ruling and they're all one. End of the day, they are all one. The Democrats, the Republicans, coming to Indian politics, the Congress, the BJP, the regional parties. Again, the top people, they're all fine. It is the common people who are struggling. Okay, the top people, the Chinese top people are fine. It's common people who are struggling. That is all I want to say. Now, even in Uber also, Uber account, they have started this system. And also in China, they have started this system. If you're having more points only, then you will be given the home loan or job or healthcare system or food or anything as such. If you're having low credits, they'll throw you in the jail. Hang on. How are they rating us? Based on what we are doing according to what they want us to do. That is exactly the point. That is how they are basing us. So going back to these three pillars, surveillance is the dangerous thing, which they have already implemented most of the world. Finance, they are already taking out from all of us through coronavirus. And the scoring, they have already started, but it is not full throttle yet. They're still on the way to do this. So here it is a very critical thing that is happening at the moment. So now this is what I want to say closingly. What we see often is only a fractional part of what it really is. Meaning what I have touched is only little part on the top. I do not even have, at least it will take a couple of hours to come to explain everything. But beneath us, what is happening? There's a lot of bad things happening. Hang on, you might be having this question. Okay, I'm happy, they are happy, I'm fine, they are fine. What is happening at the end of the day? Because you are a Christians, know that all these government people will one day give their authority to one person who is called Antichrist. So already it's all been getting settled out. In fact, all these young prime ministers or presidents from New Zealand, from Canada, from many other parts, from France, Justin Trudeau, I'll take the names, Justin Trudeau, Emmanuel Macron, and also this New Zealand prime minister, I don't know her name anyway. All these young people, how come they came so quickly without even doing any social or public service in the past? What is the Justin Trudeau's father's hand in the World Economic Forum? We need to understand all these things because we are in the world. We have to see the world, and also we have to understand what is happening in the world. So, my dear children, in conclusion, I would like to definitely say that everything is falling apart. You may be thinking everything is fine. You may be thinking we are in the Lord. But again, hang on. Very, very important thing is the elect themselves will be falling apart. The ones who have known a lot of things also will fall apart. And that is what it is written in the Bible, meaning that is how it should be. That is not what it meant to be, but we have to be praying against it. We have to be very vigilant about it. Now, there's a big question you want to say. What shall I do now? What shall I do? Jimmy, brother, you have said so many things. Some are clear, some are not clear, but what should I do? I would like to say one thing. Humble. Become humble. Humble means not subjugating or subduing everything around us. Humble means repent. This is what John the Baptist has clearly said. We have to repent for what we have done in the past. That is a very critical thing. We have to become humble, means repenting. Okay, that is what TB Joshua pastor in Nigeria has clearly said. Humble means we have to repent. Okay, now the second thing is listen by seeing both sides of the coin. Listen by seeing both sides of the coin. Now, everyone by Jiliaka, we will be seeing the spiritual side, but also we are living in the world, but we have to see the world side as well, what is happening. Now, prepare both worldly and spiritually. So, this is what is very critical for us, that we have to prepare in both ways. Finally, I would like to once again emphasize what is the solution for this. As an engineer myself, we always talk about the solutions because God has allowed me to have a degree in mechanical engineering, have a postgraduate in computer science, have a postgraduate in electrical engineering, and also I was trying to pursue the PhD. So we always talk about the solutions as engineers. What is the solution now? The solution is, if you're having finances, try to not keep it in a bank, but convert into a silver or bronze or gold or some precious metals. That is number one. If you're having finances, please convert that. If we are having $50,000 in our account, by when this GDP goes up, now they say it is 6% inflation rate, but when it goes to 50, it is actually 15% unofficially, but they're saying it is only 6% inflation. So what happened twice in Great Depression, and also what happened in Germany? If we are having $50,000 cash in our account, and when we go to buy the groceries, we may live for 1 year with that $50,000, but after the inflation kicks in from 6.5 to 7 or 8, then what happens? That 50,000 will disappear within 6 months. If the inflation goes to 15%, the $50,000 will disappear within 1 month. Meaning, this has already happened in the society in the land of Germany. Please Google search, YouTube search this thing. People have started burning their money to keep themselves warm. They have taken drawn out the money and they're just burnt out. Money is keeping money in account is nothing. So, my dear children of God, number one, finances. Try to convert your currencies into precious metals. Number two, this is all I have not prepared. I'm just telling of what God is giving to me right now. Now, staying. Okay, where you are staying, wherever you are staying. Don't stay close to the cities. Don't stay close to the cities because all the cities get affected. Try to stay outskirts of the cities. Try to have your own piece of land. So when this financial collapse happens, then you will definitely have some food to eat, sustain for at least 6 months until something will recover. Hopefully by 1 year. So number one, make sure that your finances are careful. Make sure your location where you're staying is also important. And also the thirdly, make sure that your health and the immune system is also okay, because the medicines talk of piling up, all those things needs to happen when this quick collapse is about to happen. Now, I have not prepared this, but I'm telling you finally, God is giving us a window of opportunity. We have to pray for that. From 2022 to maybe for the next 4 or 5 years, if the government system changes in America and in globally in a few other places, we'll have this great opportunity of great harvest for the very short period of time. And we all need to be prepared for that. We need to be prepared that so that we'll be in that great harvest. Then followed by all these things in 2030 and onwards. And if God is, this is what they're trying to tell these things, that the depopulation has to happen. We have to make all the people like zombies, and also we have to take away everything from them, and we have to make them to just work, and then they will have a luxury of themselves because the energy that the world is producing, they want to enjoy the energy, and the people that should not have all these things. So be very vigilant, my dear children, and be very cautious, my dear children, and ask God, Lord, I've been listening too many things in the last 15-20 minutes, but what should I do now? Ask this to God in prayer and fasting. And will of the Lord is already written in the Bible. and we need to read the Bible. And end of the day, all this Netflix or CNN or all these social media platforms, all these things, what are they trying to take out from us? The time. Time is the most precious and commodity expensive thing that they are trying to take out from us. Not for us to read the Bible, and not for us to pray in the presence of the Lord. The time is very critical, and the education is going down, the food is going down, and also the financial situations are going down. So my dear children, be vigilant. You never think that you'll be fine, because I'm telling my personal experience. If you have never experienced um, losses in your life, be prepared to experience that, because I have experienced losses in my life. You have no idea what all I have lost in my life. And through this, I have already been preparing what is about to happen in my life. You may think that life will go on pretty well, but I'm telling you, can you please stop using the social media platforms? Can you stop, please, taking your photos and giving it to your someone, because no matter how much you think, they will take it out because you have given the permission. Thus for you are feeding the algorithmical world to analyze you and to take control of you. You are indirectly giving it control. So try to be very, very vigilant, and try to please be focused on what is ahead, what is the short span of window of opportunity that the evangelism will happen, and where we need to be, what we need to do. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask, because as I have said so many things, you definitely may have questions. Okay, you may definitely have questions of what is this all about? What am I listening? So please, in finally, I would like to definitely ask you to feel free to ask me questions if you have anything, because dark and difficult times lie ahead soon. We must all face the choices between what is right and what is ahead of us. Thank you, my dear children.